Hello, my name's Jen, and welcome to your practice today. Today's practice is part one in a series of four practices dedicated to preparing for the pigeon pose that includes a deeper back bend and a bind. Our practice today is going to include poses that are targeting opening across the front body, particularly across the hip flexor region and down through the quadriceps. So each practice, practice one through practice three, will focus on different areas of the body that need to either be open or strong in preparation for the peak pose, which will come in practice four. We are going to start standing. We're going to come into mountain pose. The blanket can go across the center of your yoga mat, and the blocks can go to the front short side. We're going to place the hands together at the heart, releasing and relaxing the shoulders down the back as we take the thumbs and gently connect the thumbs into the center of the chest. As your eyes find a focal point in front of you, begin to steady the gaze and then steady the mind through the focal point, awareness of the focal point, and awareness of the breath. Creating some soft sound in the inhale and exhale as the breath feels like it's brushing against the back of the throat. As you take your next breath in, big circle sweep of your arms, reach your arms up and along the sides of the face. As you exhale, bring your right hand down to your right thigh and just arc the body into a standing side stretch. Inhale as you come back up through the center, extended mountain pose, fingertips reaching high. Exhale, left hand to left thigh, arc the body into standing side stretch. Let's do that one more time to each side. Inhale, rise up, fingertips stretching upwards to the sky. Exhale, right hand to right thigh, arc the body over. As you inhale, pass through the center, fingertips reaching up, sideways lifting out of the pelvis, left hand to left thigh, arcing, standing side stretch. Inhale as you come back up through the center, and exhale as you begin to bend your knees, go wide with the arms, swan dive your body forward over your legs. A couple halfway lifts here. So inhale, lift the belly, hands on the blocks, the shin bones, or maybe on the floor. Exhale, let the belly and the chest release into the legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on the blocks, or if they rise up to the shins, feel your shins activate into the hands as you reach out long. Exhale, folding in. One more time. Inhale, lifting the spine halfway, hands on the blocks, the shins are the floor. And then exhale as you fold into the legs. Now, lifting the belly and the chest just a bit, we're going to slide those yoga blocks back, framing the right foot, step the left foot back. High lunge position. You're going to leave a slight bend in that back knee as we begin to rise up. So stabilize down through the legs, scoop the arms up the sides of the body, landing those hands at the prayer position at the heart. So take a soft bend in the back left knee initially so that you can draw your low ribs in, taking the tailbone slightly down. Now you can stay here with your hands activated at your heart or momentarily stretch the fingertips up toward the sky. Just going to bring just a little more length into the sides of the body. And we can even do a few cactus arms here. So just exhale, allow your elbows to bend as you lift up through your heart. Inhale as you stretch those fingertips back up to the sky. Exhale, let the elbows bend as you lift up through your heart. Inhale as you reach your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, frame your front right foot and take your back left knee, lowering it down to the mat. You're going to slide the hands up to the front right thigh. So you do want to feel your right heel and your back left knee draw a bit toward one another. We use that stabilizing action in the pigeon pose to help create balance. Now, as you're inhaling, you're going to let your hips dip down a bit toward the floor. And then as you exhale, press your hands into your thigh and actually move your hips back a bit. So you come out of that stronger stretch for the hip and the thigh. But then when you breathe in, we'll go back into it. So creating that space down the left hip, down through the left thigh. And let's do that two more times. So exhale, press the hands into the thigh, move the hips back a bit. Inhale, take the hips down, creating a little more length in the front of the thigh. One more time. Exhale, move the hips slightly back. Inhale, start to dip the hips down toward the floor. Exhale, let your hands frame your front foot. Press into the left ball of the foot, lift the knee. Move the block, step the right foot back into downward facing dog. So pedal out through your knees, pedal out through your feet. Deep round of inhale and deep round of exhale. Okay, we're going to let the weight go into the right ball of the foot. Inhale, send your left heel up into downward facing dog split. And then as you exhale, you're going to curl that left knee into your chest. Step your left foot through. Reach out to the sides, catch hold of your blocks, put a little baby bend in that back right knee, and then we're going to start to rise up. So scoop the arms up the sides of the body just to help stabilize and stay connected to the core, and then let your hands momentarily connect at the heart, prayer position. So you can soften in that back right knee just a bit, relax your shoulders. You can stay right here. You're going to stretch those fingertips up toward the sky. Take a breath in and then exhale. Take your elbows into cactus arms, opening through the chest. Inhale, stretch your fingertips back up to the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, stretch your fingertips back up to the sky. Exhale, frame that front left foot. Lower the back right knee down to the floor. Walk the hands up to the front left thigh. Now you're going to feel the energy of your left heel and your right knee drawing in toward the center to stabilize the body. As you inhale, let your hips go down toward the floor a bit to increase the stretch across the right hip and thigh. Press into the thigh with the hands as you exhale and move your hips slightly back. Inhale, let your hips move down toward the floor. Exhale, move the hips slightly back. Inhale, move the hips down toward the floor. One more time. Exhale, moving the hips back. Last one. Inhale, move the hips toward the floor. Exhale, bring the hands down. Frame the left foot. Lift the back right knee. Move the block. Step back. Downward facing dog. Then just taking a little gentle pedal out through your knees and out through your feet. And we're going to let the weight land into the left foot. Inhale, lift the right heel up into downward facing dog split. We're going to do just a couple knee contractions here, down dog knee contractions. So as you exhale, curl your right knee in towards your chest, round your back into crouching plank pose, and inhale, send your right heel back up, down dog split. Exhale, curl your right knee in, round through your back. Think about taking your nose and your knee toward one another. Inhale, send the right heel back up. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, curl the right knee into the chest, round through the spine. Inhale, send your right heel back up to the sky. This time, pause there. Bend your right knee. Turn the right knee open to the right, creating the shape of the twisted three-leg dog. Draw a line of energy from your pubic bone to your belly button so you stay strong across the center of your body. Take a breath in through your nose. Soft sigh out through the mouth. Take your last breath in here, and as you're breathing out, let that right foot come back down, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let your knees come down. Pick up your left knee, move the left foot off to the left so it lands off your mat, ground into your left hand, and extend out through your right knee. Inner edge of the right foot down on the floor, bring the right hand up to the hip. So be mindful of this left hand. You want to avoid having it too close to the left leg, which is common. I see that often. So you want to walk your left hand a little bit forward. So it might even be a slight diagonal from shoulder to wrist. Engage from the navel into spine as well as pubic bone up to the belly button. Stay here, float the right foot off the floor, half moon shape. Now we're going to bend the right knee so that the right sole of the foot starts to move back toward the wall or whatever is behind you, creating kind of this half bow shape. Now this right hand can stay on the right hip, or you can reach for the right ankle with the right hand, which is a little bit stronger. So feel free, please, to keep the right hand on the right hip. Now we're moving the right sole of the foot back, creating that bow shape, opening up through the front plane of the body, down through the right hip, down through the thigh. Inhale, send the right leg back out, reach the right arm back up. Exhale, everything's coming back to tabletop. So right hand, right knee coming down, adjust the left hand and the left knee, cat-cow the spine. Inhale, release through your belly, lift up through your heart. Exhale, press your hands, take your tailbone under, arc, and round through your spine. Inhale, release your belly down toward the floor, lift up through your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Landing here in the downward facing dog, we're going to allow the weight to shift into the right foot, inhaling that left heel up into downward facing dog. Starting with a few knee contractions here, let's exhale, curl the left knee in toward the chest, press your hands round your spine. Inhale, send your left heel back up to the sky, downward facing dog split. Exhale, curl your left knee into your chest, press your hands strong and arc and round through your back. Inhale, send your left heel back up. One more time. Exhale, curl your left knee into your chest, round your spine. Inhale, send that left heel back up to the sky. Bend the left knee and turn the left knee into revolved, twisted three-leg dog. Engage from the pubic bone up to the belly button. Take an inhale and a sighing exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, lower your left foot down. Take your breath in the downward facing dog. As you exhale, take your knees down to the mat, tabletop. Now the weight is going to go into the right hand as you're lifting that right knee, moving the right foot off to the right, lifting the left hand to the hip as you extend through your left knee. You may need to adjust your right hand slightly forward. Engaging belly button to spine and pubic bone up to the belly button so that you can float this left leg away from the floor into the shape of the half moon. We'll bend the left knee and start to move the left foot back to the wall or whatever is behind you, creating that arched shape in the spine. Stay here or bring your left hand to your ankle. If the hand creates a connection to the ankle, press the ankle gently into the hand. Open through the belly, the chest, down through the hip area, down through the left thigh. On your next inhalation, extend out through your left knee and arm. Exhale, lower your left hand, lower your left knee, adjust your right hand and your right knee. Inhale, release your belly down, lift through your heart. Cow tilt. Exhale, press your hands around your spine. Inhale, release your belly, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adjust your feet maybe 1 to 2 inches back, and inhale, roll your hips forward into plank. Knees up or down. Exhale, begin to bend your elbows and lower down. If the knees are up, shift a little more toward the tips of your toes as you extend down. Keeping those hands tucked underneath of the low chest. Breathe in, start to draw your tailbone down. Locust pose. Chest and legs are going to float away from the floor. Draw your elbows in toward the sides of the body, which will draw the shoulder blades closer together, opening up through the chest. Take a breath in and a breath out. So possibly for this next inhale, if you want, float your hands momentarily away from the floor. And then exhale, bring the palms underneath of the forehead space. Forehead is coming down to rest on the stacked palms. You're going to bend the knees so that the heels come in toward the buttocks and then sway those lower legs from side to side. So I'm going to invite you to either repeat the locust pose or a version of the bow position. We're going to bend the knees. Knees are actually going to go a bit wide while the inner edges of your feet come together to lightly touch. Hands can come down by your hips. I usually like to turn my thumbs down, pinky fingers up toward the sky. Please feel free to repeat locust or start to draw the tailbone down. Start to elevate through the chest and feel your feet lift up toward the ceiling. Inner edges together, knees apart, maybe hands floating away from the floor in this version of the bow pose. Tailbone draws down, heart lifts up, palms are active, fingers are spread. Take a deep breath in. As you're exhaling, let your hands come down. You can again create that pillow for your forehead. Bring your forehead down. Move the feet, inner edges of the feet apart, and sway those lower legs from side to side in the windshield wipers. All right, let your feet come down. Let the front body just release here for a moment. All right, we're gonna do just a rotation of the body so that we flip the body onto the spine. So just as graceful as you can, just roll your body over, shimmy your hips to the center of your yoga mat. You can take a few windshield wipers here. Okay, we're gonna point the knees to the sky, pick up the right foot, hug the right thigh into the ribs. Loop the hands around to the back of the right thigh and send your right heel up into a hamstring stretch. This is a great counter pose for the low lunge and high lunge. Just bring some openness to the back of the leg. It's also a great counter pose to the locust and the bow pose, which activate and engage the hamstrings. Stay here if you like. Just send that left leg out along the floor. That version with the left leg extends a little more challenging on the low back, so just see how it feels. Okay, take your last breath in. As you exhale, both right and left knee are going to curl into the chest, knees to chest, a little bit of rocking here on your low back. Okay, keep the left knee in, plant the right foot down, hug the left thigh into the ribs, then looping the hands around to the back of the left thigh as you send your left heel up to the sky. Right knee can remain pointed up toward the sky or extending that right leg out long on the mat. Take a last cycle of breath here. Okay, and your next exhale, curl both knees, both thighs into the belly, chest, a little bit of rocking on the spine. Okay, keep your right knee in again. Send your left leg out along the floor. Open your right arm out in a T position. And just a brief spinal twist with that left hand. Guide your right leg across your body. Give some spinal rotation here. Open up through the right low back and the right hip. Okay. Inhale, come back through the center. Draw that left knee thigh into the body as well. Hold the left thigh in, send the right leg out along the floor. Open the left arm with the right hand guide the left leg across the body. Spinal twist, second side. Take another breath in and out, opening up through that left hip, also down through the low back region, as well as that left side chest. All right, coming back to the center. Reach your arms and legs into full body stretch. Reach out through your heels, reach up through your arms, your fingertips. So take another round of breath in and out here. And we're going to come into Shavasana. So, also, if there's any achiness though in the back, you might do a little bit of movement with your feet before sinking fully in. So, arms can come down by your side. You might just rock your toes a bit from side to side, flex and point your feet, do a few ankle rolls, ankle circles. These motions with the feet are really powerful. They create a little bit of rocking all the way up through the shoulders, neck, and head region, helping to reduce achiness in the low back, help to release tension. Then eventually you can go a little wider with your feet, turn your toes open, flip your palms up to face the sky, and allowing your body to just sink and settle. Allowing yourself the gift of this minute of stillness here, the physical stillness of the body, the gentle awareness of the breath can help to create greater calmness in the mind. Take a nice deep full breath in and out here. Allow your knees to bend, placing your feet flat to the earth. Rolling your body over to the right or to the left side. And then using your hands to press down and rise up to your seat. Let your hands come together in prayer at your heart. The light within me sees and bows to that same light that exists within you. Namaste.